Hey, what's up, everyone? Welcome back to Instinct Bassin. This is Rob. I want to thank you for being here. In today's video, I want to go over why I think it's real important to turn off your electronics when you're fishing in shallow water. But before we get started, I want to say thanks for being here. Give me a like and subscribe. I definitely appreciate you checking out the video, taking out some time of your day to tune in. And all right, let's get started. I think it's extremely important to turn off your electronics in shallow water just because I think it'll help you catch more fish. I run Garmin electronics, and so it makes it real easy to do that. All I got to do is tap the power button. As I'm getting up, I just tap the power button, hit disable all sonar, and it'll turn them all off. I've got the front one networked to the console one, so it'll actually disable both of them at the same time. So it's a real helpful feature. Most newer sonar units are going to have that type of function. So just check it out and see where yours is. So I got 3 reasons why I think it's really important to turn off your electronics when using sonar up shallow. But before we get started, I need to discuss what do we mean by shallow water. So I say shallow water for this purpose is going to be anything less than 5 feet deep. And so one of the main reasons is that, sound travels about 5 times faster underwater than it does outside the water. If you go out in your garage and you turn on your sonar and you listen to your transducer, you can hear that tick, 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 and that's just magnified under the water as well. I don't necessarily think that bass are thinking, oh my gosh, there's a fisherman nearby, I hear a sonar or anything like that. I don't think they have that capability. But what I think it does do is it just kind of clues them in that something unnatural is in the area, and it just might make them more apprehensive to bite. Yeah, and let's face it, you just don't need your sonar on in that shallow water. You're casting to visible targets, when you're typically in 5 feet. And I don't mean keep your sonar off the whole time you're in 5 feet of water. I just mean, when you get to a spot and you want to go up and fish, I think it's a good idea to just disable it while you're fishing, and then you come back in to move spots, turn it back on again. Because I do think you need to see what's under the bottom as well, obviously, and you need to know how deep you are as well. So I think for the second reason is when you're in, when you first turn off your sonar, to me anyway, it reminds me, hey, I need to be quieter. It helps me get into that frame of mind to where I need to be, a stealthier angler, if you will. And so it'll just help remind me to do things a little quieter, like, moving rods around. Because, if the bass can hear that sonar pinging or ticking, they can certainly hear, a rod locker slamming, a tackle box falling down, or, anything like that. The radio on your phone, I'm sure they could hear that as well. Pumps going on when they don't need to, just stuff like that. And I feel like when I turn the sonar off, it kind of puts me in that mindset of, all right, now it's time to be quiet. I need to approach these fish almost like I'm hunting instead of fishing. And approach them that way, and I think it'll just help get a few more bites. So the third reason I think to turn off your electronics while you're fishing up shallow is that it takes one less thing out of what I'll call our scan rotation. And what I mean by scan rotation, well, just think of it this way. When you're driving the boat down the water, and you're on plane, you're going to have this scan rotation, and that's just these, where your eyes go while you're driving. So for instance, they're going to be obviously up ahead on the horizon, checking to make sure there's no boats up there or anything. You're going to be looking to your left, to your right, making sure no boats are coming from that way. You may check behind you to see what's going on back there. You're going to look down at your speedometer. You're going to check your GPS to see where you're at on your map. All that kind of stuff, is in what I call the scan rotation. And we have a scan rotation while we're fishing as well. That may be looking down at your reel, checking to where you're casting, all that kind of stuff, where you're going to cast next. And if your electronics are on, that's just one more thing that's in your scan rotation. And it's going to take up, valuable seconds to look down at your sonar. But it is part of that scan rotation that I think those seconds could be used, added up throughout the day, to check where you're going to be casting next. It gives you a chance to do things like concentrate more on your presentation itself. It allows you to look more closely at your line to see whether it's ticking or moving off to the side or anything like that. So just taking that out of the scan rotation, I think, will help in terms of catching some more fish. So what kind of difference do I think it actually makes? Do I think it's going to help you catch twice as many fish in a day? Probably not. It probably doesn't make that big a difference. But let's think about if it gets you between 3 and 5 more bites a day. That can certainly add up over the course of a day. And then if you add that up over the course of a season, you can think about it. If you're a tournament fisherman, how many bites over the course of a season that could potentially get you. And I also think it helps catch bigger fish as well, because bigger fish didn't get big by being dumb. They sense something as is wrong in the environment, or something's out of the ordinary. They may be less apt to bite, or at least I think that's the case. So anyway, those are three reasons why I think you ought to turn off your sonar while you're fishing up shallow. Give it a try and see if it works out for you. It seems to have made a difference for me over the past few months. All right, again, this is Rob for Instinct Bassin. Thanks so much for being here. Thanks a lot. Give me a like, hit that subscribe button, do all those kind of things. The channel's starting to grow a little bit, and I'd like to keep that momentum going, so definitely appreciate you doing that. All right, thanks a lot. Trust your gut, and see you on the water.